Welcome to Cooler Than You Think. Stories from America's coolest hometown.
Hi, I'm Amanda Livingston. I'm the Director of Tourism for Smith County Tourism Association, and I am excited to be doing this short podcast series about America's coolest hometown, Marion, Virginia. So in this podcast series, we are talking about some of the history and some of the untold stories and quirky aspects of Marion, Virginia. And so I am here today with two folks who I know very well already, and that is Bunny and Coach from Marion Outdoors in downtown Marion. And I'm going to start by saying I happen to know those are not your original given names. So can you tell me a little bit about how you got those names and why?
I got Bunny from going like an Energizer bunny.
On the trail.
On the trail.
Okay, and...
I got Coach because on the trail, I was kind of in charge of our group, saying how many miles we had, actually coaching yoga in the mornings. Yeah. So I became Coach to the hikers I was with.
And so these are your, I should have backed up and said, these are your...
Trail names, yeah.
Okay, so trail names is a thing with Appalachian thru-hikers. So it's not a requirement, right? But every thru-hiker that I've met has generally had a trail name. I mean, by the time they get to Marion, they have a trail name pretty much.
Usually, yeah.
Usually.
It's funny, we at the hostel we take reservations using trail names.
Yeah.
So our reservation book is just a bunch of silly names.
Silly names.
Yeah.
And then on the wall there, you've got kind of a place where people can sign
yeah.
their names, and they sign
it's
their
like
trail
a guest
names.
book. Yeah.
So when somebody comes up and they give you their credit card, do they, and it's like Joe Smith, are you ever like, who's Joe Smith? I'm expecting.
Sometimes it gets a little confusing. Yeah. But.
Well, maybe if we have time, we might get into some of the craziest trail names you've ever heard. But
sure.
Well, I really appreciate y'all being here with me today, because we are again, we're talking about kind of Marion, and one of the aspects of Marion, which is that it is an official Appalachian Trail town. But I guess I kind of wanted to start first and sort of talk to me about the Appalachian Trail, and specifically you, Bunny. Like, what does the trail mean to you? What is your history with the trail?
I first learned about it in 6th grade, and I was in a really wild Girl Scout troop. We did a lot of backpacking and a lot of wild things. No embroidery badges. But, it just stayed in my heart the whole time. And then life kind of blew up in my face. My kids were grown, and that dream popped in my head again. And so I walked from Georgia to Maine, and then I walked from Georgia to Maine, and then I walked from Georgia to Maine, and then I walked from Maine to New York.
Wow. So how, you said it was your kids were grown. How old were you when you first did that?
In my 40s.
You were in your 40s. And then you did it twice more after that. And then kept going.
I did 3 thru-hikes in a row.
3 thru-hikes in a row. Wow. What was that? I mean, this is kind of, we're getting into more of a what is the trail like versus what is Marion like, but what, something must have drawn you to the trail. What was that experience like? How would you describe that process?
It's a spiritual journey. It's a life lesson journey. I think I kept going because I was still learning.
Yeah. That's pretty...
Slow learner.
Yeah.
And
slow, just right on time.
What a lot of people don't know is it's not just physical, it's a mental...
Mm-hmm.
You have to have some mental strength to finish it as well.
Yeah. So for those who, most people are aware of the Appalachian Trail, but how many miles are we talking? You say Georgia to Maine, so that's the typical...
14 states.
14 states.
2,200 miles.
Yeah, basically 22.
It used to be a little bit shorter, but they've rerouted it and changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Changes every year by a few miles.
It will change again because of Helene a little bit.
Yeah. That is, we're recording this in 2025. And so, of course, Helene is not even, we're not even a year out from that. So some trail miles have had to be rerouted.
What's also great about the Appalachian Trail is the community involved. It seems like a no man's land for me. It's a whole bunch of different types of people coming for one common goal,
Mm-hmm.
and they leave all their personal beliefs behind,
Yeah.
and they come together and become this amazing community, which is what I love about it.
I think that is really interesting because it's almost like, yeah, it's a community. It's almost like a subculture.
Yeah.
It is.
Got their own language and their own, traditions and things.
They may hike it 1 year, but it's a lifetime.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda, are you zeroing tomorrow?
Oh yeah, the lingo. So yeah, so tell me. Okay, so what does it mean to zero as a verb?
Take a day off.
So and why
No
you call it a
hiking
zero?
miles. Zero hiking.
So 0 hiking miles. So to take a 0 is because you're always counting your miles. So you're sitting. You're doing 0 miles.
And there's the Nero Day, which is hiking into town to stay overnight.
Okay,
So it's just a few miles into town
but
to
not
rest.
a lot. Yeah. Okay. So what are some other fun ones that people might not know unless they've been on the trail?
Blue blazes usually lead to water or a shelter or a privy.
Okay.
Side trail, maybe.
Yeah.
There's one that I thought was really funny. What time is hiker midnight and why?
Dusk.
Hiker midnight is dusk.
Around 9 p.m., 10 p.m., yeah.
Yeah, and why? Why is that hiker?
Because you're so tired,
you're done.
stay away.
And usually hikers adjust to sleeping when it gets dark and waking up when the sun comes out.
Right, because you're out on the trail. I mean, that's something we should mention is, okay, so if you are doing the full trail, I mean, how much of your life is that? How long does that take usually?
It could be 5 to 7 months
Yeah.
is an average.
Wow. Yeah.
Although we just had someone finish in 75 days unsupported. That was
Wow.
exciting. Yeah.
When you said we had somebody, is that
So
somebody who
it's
came
the
in?
community. It is somebody that we know.
Yeah.
Gazelle.
Yeah.
So it's an FKT, they think.
What's a FKT?
Fastest known time.
Nice.
Unsupported, which means she did it by herself with just her pack on her back.
So what would a supported hike look like?
The tent would be set up when you come in to camp.
So somebody else is supporting you.
They probably wouldn't be
help
carrying
them.
a full pack. They'd have like a runner's pack on with just their snacks and water.
Okay.
They'd have a support team.
Oh, so your team would come and set your
Pacers.
tent up. They would come and whatever, bring you water, bring you food.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. But okay, so that would make you faster, obviously, because you're not
Right.
carrying all of your stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we've talked a little bit about the hostel and people checking in, but so we're going to talk about Marion as a whole. But so tell me a little bit about the hostel and the store.
So right now, I think we are the only hostel in Marion proper. So hikers come into Marion to resupply, which means they need to eat, usually shower, do laundry, and rest. And Marion is kind of the next resupply northbound after Damascus. So it's about 62 trail miles. That's 3 to 5 days on the trail. And that's about when hikers need a resupply, 3 to 5 days.
What kind of supplies are they? You say they were like restocking on supplies.
Yeah.
What kind of thing?
Dried foods, dehydrated foods, raisins, chocolate chips.
So food and
Yeah. So, and if their gear is broken, they can get it repaired or replace it at the outfitter. What's cool about Marion is we do have multiple outdoor stores. We've got the Army Navy store, Marion Outdoors, Blue Ridge Outfitters. So there's places, not just one place hikers can go.
yeah.
So,
And so what are they like when a hiker comes into town to resupply? You mentioned, they want a shower, they want to, sleep. What other kinds of experiences are they looking for? Are they
I have put in the hostel information about various things in Marion, and several of them have taken advantage of going to the Lifetime Wellness Center.
which is our kind of rec center?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
For the
They talk
hot
about
tub, therapy
swimming,
pool.
steam room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I imagine their feet are pretty sore.
Or
right?
get
I mean,
their
muscles
hair
are pretty-
cut.
Or getting their
Some of them need a
interesting.
haircut.
Oh, okay. I never would have thought about that. But right, if
Right.
you're on the trail for 5 to 7 months,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna. I mean, some people I have seen they just don't get their hair cut. They
Right.
throw it all out.
Right.
Some people-
Most.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are some other? Those are two things I never would have thought of. What are some other things?
By the time hikers hike the 534 miles to Marion, they have something called hiker hunger. So food is very important. And right downtown, there's amazing restaurants, coffee shops, a brewery, Sisters next door for breakfast, downtown Pioneer for breakfast. Lots of great places to eat. The Wooden Pickle,
Yeah. So
McAdoo's.
the hiker hunger, I mean, why, I know this is a really dumb question,
You
but
ha-
why are they so hungry,
There's
right?
first lunch, second lunch. There's first dinner and second dinner.
So, again, like I know this is, the listeners are probably going to be laughing, but like, okay, let's put the math together. So like, presumably they're burning. I mean, you're hiking how many
Right,
miles a day
right.
typically?
10 to 20 miles a
10,
day.
20 miles a
more.
day.
Your
in
body
rough
can't get
terrain.
enough food.
So
Right.
you are, it's like, and so when they're coming looking for food, I'm guessing they're not looking for diet food.
No.
Salad.
No.
I mean,
So,
every once in a while
you
they'll
know.
need a salad.
Yeah.
Malnutrition is a thing,
Yeah.
but they go off what they're craving, which is usually pizza or hamburgers.
And ice cream.
As
Ice
much
cream, for
food, as
sure.
many calories as
Mhm.
possible.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So I mean that's fascinating. Is there anything else kind of weird or quirky that the average person wouldn't think of that hikers are looking for when they come into a trail
I think
town?
they are looking for the sense of community in the town.
Oh yeah.
And over the years, I have just watched Marion change from not even knowing
Yeah.
the trail was out there or anything was happening to, hey, they'll come back to the hostel and say, hey, some local just bought me dinner.
Oh wow, that's
Or,
cool.
they listen to my trail story.
Yeah.
Or, and Marion is just one of the most inviting places. We're representing 33 countries on trail.
Really.
And the impression Marion gives to these people, it just warms my heart to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, hikers leave Marion saying it's one of their favorite towns.
And they want to live here.
They want to live. Oh wow. Yeah. So
And Marion also has a lot of like trail angels that are famous
Okay.
on trail, including Bunny and
Carrie.
we should mention what a trail angel is, because that's another one of those.
As somebody who watches out for them, whether they need a ride to the doctor, the veterinarian,
food.
they need
A
food. There's no water in that area. I took
Mhm.
400 gallons of water up to Garden Mountain last
Mhm.
year.
Wow. So it's so it's an angel watching out for them and kind of
Right.
acts of kindness, acts
Right.
of support.
There's a saying on trail that the trail provides,
Yeah.
and Marion is one of those places that provides for
Absolutely.
hikers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard, I should mention that the trail, for those who are not familiar with Southwest Virginia, might be watching or listening on this, the trail is actually not in downtown. It's
Right.
about, 6-7 miles away. And so folks are getting rides into town. There's a shuttle, local, it's actually funded.
Lynx.
Yeah, the Mountain Lynx shuttle can bring them in, or folks give rides. But, okay, so
That's part of why they love it.
is that to be able to get a
Because
ride
it's
in town.
easy to get around.
Yeah.
They can get all their supplies quickly, so they have more time to rest.
To rest. Yeah, because everything they need is kind of in
Mhm.
downtown Marion.
And downtown is a cool experience. It's
Yeah.
cute and different than, I mean, the Appalachian Trail is a cool way to see the United States because you're going through tiny towns.
Yeah.
And Marion is an interesting town to go through, and they want to experience that.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
point.
one of the better.
Nice.
Yeah.
And,
It really
and I
is.
did not bribe her to say that.
No, it really
I
is.
should mention this podcast is sponsored by the town of Marion, but that was a genuine.
Yeah, that was
No,
yeah.
I
that was
know what you
10,000
mean.
miles talking.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It is, there's a genuine friendliness,
Right.
and everything.
Right.
And I should, folks who live in a trail town already know this, but if you don't, I mean, you can spot hikers a mile away.
Right.
You see somebody, that they're a
Especially
hiker.
when they're in the onesies
The onesies. Tell me about the onesies.
Oh, yeah.
at the hostel so that they can wash all their clothes at one time. We have all kinds of clothes they can put on. And I've taken people to the grocery store, like 5 of them in onesies before.
And what's the
Like
term for the
pajamas,
clothes we provide?
like-
Loaner.
Loaner
Loaner
clothes, yes.
Yeah.
We provide loaner clothes because a lot of hikers need to wash their stinky clothes and have something to wear while they're washing them because they're trying not to bring extra.
Right, so they
Clothing.
can't, if they're going to go get
And
that
it feels
pizza,
good
that
to
burger,
wear
then-
something else other than your...
So it's just random clothes that you have in the hostel that someone's donated.
Yes.
So like
Thrift
onesies or muumuus.
Yeah, I just got a chicken onesie for it.
Okay, so if you come to Marion and you're walking down the street and you see somebody in a chicken onesie, now you will know why. Yeah. That is fantastic. Well, so you touched on this a little bit with the changes that you've seen to Marion, but so I guess we should talk about there's being an official Appalachian Trail town, which is a designation from the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. So Marion had to apply for that, and they got, it's not really a certification, but it's an official thing. They're on the website. But what does it truly mean to be a trail? Like, what's the spirit of what do hikers expect when they hear, okay, this is a trail town?
I'm not sure they even think about it, if that makes sense. I mean, hikers hiking don't really worry whether it's an official trail town or not.
Yeah.
It's about the feeling they get when they go into the town.
Yeah.
And I think Marion has really earned that.
Yeah.
Because of, like, I hear hikers talking about, a guy just picked me up. I was walking to Walmart and got a ride because he offered to take me there. It's just the whole community has come together to help out hikers.
Kind of embrace that.
Embrace
hikers are
community,
here
yeah.
And they're gotcha, yeah. Well, so kind of getting back to the trail, do you have a favorite part of the Appalachian Trail, like a favorite section or
The
a favorite
part I'm
spot?
on at the time.
And there's that.
What was that? Say that again.
The part I'm on at the time.
Oh, that's beautiful, Bunny. Oh, that's nice.
What's cool about Marion is we have two of the most popular sections near us. The section between Damascus and Marion with White Top, Buzzard Rock, Grayson Highlands with the Wild Ponies, Mount Rogers. It's just a gorgeous section. And then north of us, there's the Triple Crown of Virginia with Dragon's Tooth, McAfee Knob, and Tinker Cliffs.
Yeah.
Just two amazing sections that hikers love.
Yeah.
And Virginia sometimes gets a bad rap for being such a long state, and they call it the Virginia Blues because of that. And it's usually when they're ready to quit the trail, but those sections get hikers through it.
So you said it goes through 14 states. You're saying the Virginia Blues is because
it's the longest state.
It's the longest.
How many miles? 500 miles?
547.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're going through this marathon kind of experience, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still in Virginia.
Each state is an accomplishment.
As a footnote,
yeah,
I never felt that.
You never did.
No.
I'm not surprised.
You're one of the few. I mean, a lot of people don't get it in Virginia.
No.
It's just become that name.
Yeah.
But a lot of hikers consider each state an accomplishment. And so when you get to Virginia and they have 500 miles, it's like, when will I get to that next accomplishment?
That might be 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That
Depends
might
on
be
how fast
4
you
weeks.
hike. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's beautiful sections to get you through, Shenandoah National Park up there. But my favorite section is definitely the Grayson Highlands, Mount Rogers. I hike that all the time. It's just gorgeous up there. And you can't go wrong with wild ponies.
Yes, that is. But don't feed
And a lot of them bring their families back.
Do they?
To see the Grayson Highlands. And
We also get hikers coming back after they finish the trail just to stay in Marion for weeks at a time to readjust back to life.
Oh, that's really interesting because, you think about like 5 to 7 months out of your life. You can't just, go back immediately to real life. It sounds like people don't necessarily want to do that.
Big change. There's this thing called hiker blues. What is it called? Yeah, push trail blues. Yeah,
re-entry.
So coming back and staying in the hostel for a few weeks just to
1 foot on the trail,
process.
1 foot.
Yeah.
So you've been on the trail, and now you're working kind of on the hospitality side, and what are and I don't know. You feel free to say I don't want to answer this question. I don't want to cost you business, but like, what is a challenging thing about hosting hikers, about working with hikers? Is there any sort of frustrating or challenging thing?
Sure.
I guess it's with any business.
It's different every year. There's different types of people, but the majority of hikers are wonderful.
99.9.
Yeah.
That's I would say that's a higher percentage than the average population.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a few bad seeds, but we're able to send them on their way, and they find their way.
And he's very good at negotiating those very calmly.
Moving them on.
Well-
Is there anything that they all have in common? Like that there's something
tired.
similar? They're tired.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Yeah.
They've already accomplished 500 miles, and that's
Yeah.
already an accomplishment.
Right.
But are
got
they
something.
are most of them like, real young? I mean, you said you were
Oh,
in your 40s,
no.
but
Most
yes.
hikers are either retired or just out of high school or college.
We had a
I think
family
that
that was,
Oh,
was
yeah.
called the Six Pack,
Oh,
and I think the kids were all under 12.
wow.
There was also a family of 9 this year.
Yeah. Well, they summited
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
day before yesterday. They made it all the way.
All the way to Maine.
Yes.
So some people actually, the whole family hikes
Yeah.
the trail.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's not the typical.
No, but you
hike.
do have like dad and daughter.
Yeah, I saw a lot of father-daughter this year.
Yeah.
It made me want to hike with my daughter.
Mhm. Mhm.
But so you said a lot of folks are right out of like high school or college
Yeah.
or
Right.
Transitions in their life.
Yeah.
They want to take this time to decide what they're going to do with the rest of their life. Or they've been dreaming about it their entire life, and now they have this time where they can take it and go hike the trail.
that makes sense. So yeah, so it's a transition point for folks.
Mhm.
Well, are there any other sort of things that you want to mention that someone might want to know about Marion or trail towns in general?
Well,
Oh,
my store is different than a lot of other outfitters and hikers like that because we sell stuff that you can usually only buy online. So I buy a lot of small companies that they get to come on and try out. Even if they don't buy it, they get to see it and touch it and think about it so that then they can order it or buy it from us.
so you say like things that you normally can only buy online. So like you're not going to find them in a
You won't
typical retail.
Find it in REI because it's, they're usually only sold online, but I've reached out to those companies to
Yeah.
try and I test all the gear and that's part of my job and I love it. So,
So what are some popular items? Like what are, you say gear, but
Sure.
for most people like would think, okay, yeah, your tent, your sleeping bag, that kind of thing. But like what are some of the popular gear items?
So usually after 500 miles, people are ready to lighten their load. So we sell a lot of ultralight gear that is custom made. Like I even have to custom order it, like ULA backpacks, hyperlight backpacks, light AF backpacks, ultralight tents, ultralight stoves. Like one of the most popular stoves in backpacking is a $12 stove that you can only get from China that we have. I know. It's interesting. So
What makes it so it's just that it's lighter and then just they're
Right.
tired of carrying all that weight with
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So
it's time to lower that weight.
And just about, it really makes me proud to work there too, because their needs are met. And if we can't meet their needs, we aren't so proud that we can't send them somewhere
sure.
to get their needs met.
Right. Like
Exactly.
you mentioned, there's other places to
Mhm.
find.
I work with Damascus all the time. If I don't have something, I'll call them and I'll go pick it up for the hiker.
So that
Or mail it. We can mail things.
mail it up the trail. So yeah, we you mentioned Damascus as being like 5 days away on the trail, but when you say I can go pick it up in Damascus, that's
Yeah,
because
it's a
by car.
20-minute drive.
Yeah.
Drive by car,
But trail miles.
but you're going up over the highest peaks of Virginia.
Right.
It's going to take you 5 days on the trail and 25 minutes on the
Right.
car. Yeah, well, that's cool. Well, what is there anything that you would like to see added to Marion in terms of making it even more welcoming to hikers? Is there anything that hikers have on their wish list? This is, I don't know, this is my like little dig because I had the economic development guy on a previous podcast,
Sure.
because Ken Heath. And so, trying to use you guys as a focus group.
We have like one of everything already, but more of everything. Another brewery, another coffee shop,
Yeah.
places where hikers can go and hang out and have that experience of hanging out with locals, but also just being in a small town and
Yeah.
being welcome.
All right. I heard. I'm taking notes, Ken Heath. So more of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to get working on that. So fantastic. Well, I so appreciate this time and kind of explaining, because it's a subculture that I've gotten to know a little bit, but a lot of folks have no idea, these hikers, they're picturing their most recent hike, but they're not picturing all of the specific things that you need when you're doing that 2,000 plus hikes. So I really appreciate the time that you spent. And is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
Come on down to Marion.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have the greatest staff in the world.
Yeah, come see
Bunny and
say
Ash.
hi.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And I should say, do I have to be a thru hiker to stay at the hostel? Can I stay at the
No.
hostel?
Come hike.
You'd
Come
be-
for a weekend.
Yeah.
If you're just
Day
hiking, let's say you're from Philadelphia
Yeah.
and you come down and you've got time to do a day hike and you want to spend the night.
Yeah.
We've got bunk beds. We've got a private room.
So as long as I'm willing to share a bathroom, I can come stay at the
Correct.
hostel.
And we do have a claw tub.
Ooh.
We do.
Sounds great.
Add some salt. Soak your body after a nice long hike.
Nice long hike.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yep.
great.
We do have comfort things.
Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate the time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.